One of the world's most expensive weddings took place in India. The son of Asia's richest man, Anant Ambani, and the dazzling beauty Radhika merchant, daughter of another billionaire, were married. It was a lavish celebration of breathtaking scale. But not everyone is happy about their wedding. Why are many outraged by this celebration? What did the newlyweds become famous for besides their parents' wealth? And who was the bride in a romance with before she met India's richest groom? Watch the full video to find out. Let's get started. This wedding took place in several stages. In the end, two of India's richest families were united. The groom's father, Mukesh Ambani, is the 11th richest man in the world. He heads India's largest holding company, which controls energy, petrochemical, and textile companies, as well as a nationwide media empire. The bride is not inferior in status to the groom, being the daughter of billionaire Sri Viren Merchant, CEO of a healthcare company. The groom, Anant Ambani, is 28 years old and 1 year younger than his beloved. He is very popular in India thanks to his victory over obesity. As a child, the billionaire's son suffered from asthma and had to take special medication. The medication caused hormonal failure. By his 19th birthday, Anant had gained up to 196 kilos, and the weight continued to rise. Obesity was a serious threat to his health, and he had to fight it with radical methods. To this end, Anant's father hired the best fitness trainer in Bollywood to develop a personalized training system. Anant went to great lengths to lose weight. He worked out 6 hours a day on exercise machines, practiced ancient Indian yoga, followed a diet, and took long walks. In just 1.5 years, the man lost 108 kilos and became a slender man weighing only 88 kilos. All of India watched the incredible transformation. Anant was sincerely respected because not everyone is capable of such a serious effort of will. During the coronavirus pandemic, Ambani Jr. had to adopt a sedentary lifestyle and regain some weight. But that did not stop him from charming one of India's most beautiful and wealthy girls. Radhika Merchant's determination is as strong as her fiancé's willpower. Despite her father's billions, Radhika did not sink into an idle lifestyle, but study hard. She graduated from New York University with a degree in political science. She also spent 8 years studying traditional Indian dance. Radhika chose management as her main career and now actively helps her father run a pharmaceutical business. Anant and Radhika have known each other since childhood, but it was not until 7 years ago that they became really interested in each other. Friends invited them both to a party, where a spark between the boy and the girl was ignited. A stormy romance followed, but for a long time the young people did not dare to tie the knot. The long-awaited decision for all of India came in January 2023, when the couple got engaged and began preparing for the wedding. Since both families are fabulously wealthy, they decided to make the ceremony a royal affair. The groom's father, India's richest man, Mukesh Ambani, paid the lion's share of the expenses. Incidentally, his fortune has tripled in the past 4 years, from $37 billion to $116 billion. In 2018, Mukesh spent about $100 million on the wedding of his eldest daughter, Aisha. Apparently, he wants to break his own record and has earmarked another $20 million for his son's wedding. Since it is not easy to spend $120 million, it was decided to hold the wedding in 2 stages. The first stage took place in March, and its scale shocked even the Eastern sheikhs accustomed to luxury. The celebrations took place over 3 days in the coastal state of Gujarat. 1,500 dignitaries were invited to the ceremony. They included Mark Zuckerberg and his wife, Bill Gates, Hillary Clinton, Ivanka Trump, the Queen of Bhutan, the Prime Minister of Qatar, Bollywood stars, and a host of other celebrities. They were entertained by illusionist David Blaine and singer Rihanna, who rarely performs at private events. It is rumored that she was paid $8 million for her little performance. To emphasize the color of the holiday, Rihanna wore a traditional Indian sari. For 3 days, chefs prepared 2,500 dishes that were never repeated. The organizers should be commended for not forgetting the common people. A sumptuous feast was prepared for 50,000 residents of the city of Jogwad, where the festivities took place. In the midst of the wedding celebrations, photos of Radhika with her ex-boyfriend Rohan Malhotra began circulating online. The two were rumored to have dated in 2013, but have since remained good friends and even follow each other on Instagram. The intrigue intensified when it was revealed that Rohan had attended a pre-wedding event. This sparked a flurry of discussion online. Online users admired Rohan's looks and marveled at Radhika's friendship with her ex. The unprecedented luxury of the event was reflected in the attire of those in attendance. The groom's mother, Nita Ambani, wore a silk sari by India's most famous couturier. The amount of jewelry she wore could be counted not in pieces but in pounds. An emerald necklace alone cost $30 million, according to experts. Other relatives of the newlyweds were dressed in much the same style. In contrast, Radhika Merchant looked unusually modest in a pink Versace dress. But that was just the first day of the celebration. For the next 2 days, as a bride should do, she outdid the invited guests with her outfits. In particular, her traditional Indian-style gown, every inch of which was adorned with pearls and gold, caught everyone's attention. Tired of the incredible luxury, the lovers went on a Mediterranean cruise. The couple hosted several parties on the ocean liner. Anant and Radhika's childhood idols, the Backstreet Boys, performed at one of them. If you think this is what a classy wedding is all about, think again. As mentioned above, it was a kind of rehearsal for the main ceremony, which took place in July, and this celebration turned out to be even more grandiose. In the state of Gujarat, a temple complex was built especially for the wedding, where the ceremony of unification of destinies Shod Vaiva was performed in the Hindu tradition. But what happened next was unexpected. This wedding surprised the whole world not only with its luxury, but also with the events that took place there. We will tell you about it in the following video. Be sure to watch it, you will be amazed. But not everyone is happy about the wedding of the century. Some netizens are expressing their displeasure that India is hosting such lavish weddings while many are suffering from hunger. 75% of people in the country live below the poverty line. This money could have been used to help people, improve living conditions, and fight poverty. For example, several schools and hospitals could have been built, and access to clean water and electricity could have been provided. Despite the fact that the groom's family runs the country's largest charitable foundation, people are not happy about such spending on celebrations. However, billionaires throw lavish weddings to show off their wealth and emphasize their status. We can only wish the manly Anant and the beautiful Radhika that their married life will be as extravagant and festive as their unusual wedding. In the next video, we will show you what surprised the world the most and what went wrong at this seemingly perfect wedding. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the most interesting things. Thank you for watching and liking. See you soon.